What has been your best month commission-wise in real estate?
100 and
Wow,
110,000 or something like that.
six figures.
Do you remember what it was or no? Yeah, somewhere around there.
How's it going, guys? Darian Thomas here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. So I was able to catch up with a couple realtors. Now, these aren't just regular realtors. These are some of the top realtors in the country. And I did a quick interview with a couple of them, and I put together some questions. And I want you guys to really listen to what they talk about, how they invest in themselves, and kind of their path to success and some of the things that they do. So this is a must-watch video throughout the whole entire video. Make sure you stay to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe for more videos like this. You're in for a treat. All right, so I'm here with.
Billy Daisies in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a realtor.
How long have you been a real estate agent?
I just completed my 3rd year in the business.
Nice. How's it going so far?
It's going great. It's going great. Helping families.
There you go. I like it. All right. So let me follow up with another question. What made you get into real estate?
I was already in sales, so just elevating the sales aspect of it, selling a different product to where I could still assist people. I was doing cable sales, so I was able to maneuver and help people there as far as the bills, getting services and everything like that. But a real estate coach came into the office. I sold him some product. He liked my customer service, my attitude, everything like that. So he suggested to do real estate. So I jumped right on it.
What are some ways that you currently invest in yourself?
5 o'clock, I'm at the gym to get my mind right, get my body right. I fell into a hole, after high school, being an athlete and everything like that, to not going to the gym. So 5 o'clock, I'm getting my mind right, hitting the gym to get ready for the day, taking care of the toughest battle of the day, pretty much, I think, and everything else is smooth sailing. That's one thing, and just surrounding myself around like-minded people who want to get to the same direction I want to be.
I like that. And is there any education or anything outside of the box that you do to kind of invest in yourself?
Where I'm at right now, so I service Florida. I'm in Vegas right now. We have a real estate conference, Keller Williams, so I'm investing and masterminding with like-minded people, growing my aspect to where I could take this and put it back into my business for my area and my people.
Nice. I like that. So a follow-up question with that. Do you currently invest in real estate or stocks or anything like that?
So they say invest in the thing that you're most understandable in or know the best. I just purchased my first property last year at 24 years old, but I'm looking at different partners and ventures to go into real estate and do more flips and everything like that. So that's on my plan for this year.
I like that. I love that. So let me kind of follow up with you purchasing your first property. What type of property is that? Is that a multifamily, a single family? What type of property is that?
It was single family because right now in Florida, multifamilies are over $500,000 for most part. And everybody's trying to get their hands on a multifamily, so it just didn't make sense where I'm at. I think out of state, like in the northern areas where multifamilies are around $300,000, where it make more sense. I just got a single family home though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Any other investment vehicles or anything like that, or just kind of specifically stick with real estate?
Stick with real estate right now, and then partnering with my other friends at different things that they're doing, like car flipping,
Nice.
Uber as well. I'm going, not Uber, Turo. So
okay.
partnering with Turo and getting that going to where I'm making passive income.
I like that. Speaking of real estate, all right, if you would like to share, how much money did you make in your best month?
My best month, I made close to $40,000. And I was on the target to hit 60, but real estate things happen. There's a lot more variables into it, to where some of the contracts moved on to the next month. But
Okay.
40,000 was my biggest. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. So the follow-up question, behind that question is, what was the longest you went without receiving a commission in real estate?
Longest I went without receiving a commission, I would say close to 3 months, but I manage my money well. I'm not one of those people who I get a commission check and I go blow it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the ones, I get a commission check and I'm in the office working again to get that next one. Once it's under contract, I'm working for the next one.
Nice. I like that. And especially, obviously, you getting 40,000 a month. I mean, how do you kind of, budget? How do you kind of, plan to, the average person, right? You give that person $40,000 a month, things drastically change. I guess, was there anything that changed for you? Was it kind of business as usual?
It was business as usual. I kind of live I don't know. I don't really stay for the moment. My girlfriend gets on me for that, but I do a closing and I'd be like, as long as I satisfy that customer and I make sure that they had a pleasant transaction, I know the money's going to come. So other than putting the money aside for taxes and investing back to my business, I just keep going.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What would be your best advice for anyone who wanted to get into real estate, whether that's be a realtor, or someone who just thinking about investing in real estate?
My best advice is don't look for the instant gratification. It'd be the biggest thing, especially right now in the world, in real estate and just in life in general. Don't look for the instant gratification. Keep your head down, keep grinding, celebrate yourself at different milestones, but don't keep looking for that instant gratification or you'll never be happy. You'll think you're short of something.
All right, so I'm here with.
My name is Sam Arnaggi. I'm with Keller Williams Realty out of Reston, Virginia, which is just outside of D.C.
My next question is, what do you do for a living? And you answered it. I love it. All right. How long have you been a real estate agent?
So I got licensed in 2004. I started off part-time though. So I was one of those dual career agents for a few years, and then I ended up going full-time probably 2011, something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So what made you get into real estate?
Initially, I got into it because I was a financial advisor, and I bought my first condo straight out of college. When I moved to the DC area, it was actually in the year 2000. It was actually cheaper to buy than it was to rent, so I bought a condo, and I became a homeowner very early on, and so I saw the value in real estate as an investment vehicle. Even as a financial advisor, I dealt with a lot of REITs, which are real estate investment trusts. It's like a mutual fund that's built out of real estate investments. And then I decided the market was crazy in 2004 in our area. It was gangbusters. So I was like, hey, I'll make an extra, 20, 30 grand here and there. And I decided to get my license, and I fell in love with it. I loved the ability to kind of help people achieve big dreams and big goals. You're not really selling a product, which is what I felt like I was doing in financial advising. I felt like I was selling a mutual fund or there was always a product being pushed.
Yeah.
In real estate, I feel like I'm selling, I'm more like consulting and helping someone with their dreams of home ownership, which I felt was more rewarding to me.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. And I was going to kind of follow up, what is your favorite part about the job? You kind of answered a little bit, but if you want to kind of talk about what's your favorite part about being a real estate agent?
By far, my favorite part is the relationships that you get to build. Our industry is very much built on relationships. You spend a lot of time with their clients. Most times when people are buying or selling real estate, especially in our area, it's the most expensive asset that they own, or the most expensive asset they're about to purchase. And it requires a deep level of trust. So you spend a lot of time building that relationship with those clients. And almost all my clients have become friends, and I've built lifelong relationships with them. And so that's probably my favorite part about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's really cool too. And I know the famous saying, I talk about this a lot too, is your net worth is your network. And really, I think too, it sounds like you focus on the relationship aspect instead of just, okay, I met this person, they told me this is how much I'm going to make. It's more of like a relationship type thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. I'll admit, early on when I didn't really know what I was doing, that's the kind of agent I was. Yeah. And you get what's called commission breath, yes. Right? Yes. So the clients can smell it on you. And the problem with that is that if you're not operating with 100% focus on the client's priorities, the client's best interests, then you're going to have very short-term relationships. Yes. They're gonna see through that. Yes. And I have many times told clients not to make a move because I didn't think it was in their best interest, and I've earned their trust, and I may have lost the opportunity for that transaction at that point in time, but I gained their trust, and I've gained referrals out of that. And so I've always felt like real estate is because it is a relationship business, it's a long-term business too. You don't want to think short-term. You always have to think about the best interests of the clients, and the money will take care of itself.
True. So true.
Yeah.
And it's awesome too, because people will go with who they know, like, and trust, right? Yeah. And people sense that, right? And when you have people's best interests in heart, And I always say the best marketing, right? You can spend $100,000 in marketing, but the best marketing is still word of mouth marketing. When somebody trusts you and they refer you to somebody else, that person they don't care, right? I know you, I trust you, I'm going to take your word, and that's so powerful, so powerful.
Absolutely. And many times the people who are spending the most amount of money on marketing, and I'm not talking about all agents, but many times those agents are very much high volume. They're churn and burn, they're doing transactional business. So they don't have time to invest into those relationships. It's a different business model. For me, it's more of a relationship thing. So absolutely. Most people, by the time they call me, they already know they want to work with me because they've heard great things from me from people whom they already trust, right? So it's an easier connection.
Yeah, that's awesome. What made you get into real estate?
Well, again, I was unhappy with my job as a financial advisor. I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing. And because I had gotten my license and was doing it on the side and I loved it, I finally decided to just take the plunge and do that full time. It took me a while to get the courage to do it because I knew enough about real estate to know that it wasn't as easy as people think. I think a lot of people, especially now with all the TV shows that are out there, they watch those shows and like, oh my God, these guys just make $100,000 every day, and it's not like that. That's TV. It's a grind. It's very difficult. You're pretty much on your own, and there's no one way to do the business either. There are agents. There are so many different models out there for how to run a real estate business. You just have to find one that works for you, and it takes time to do that.
Yeah, so true, so true. If you want to kind of explain, how do you currently invest in yourself?
Well, I'm here in Vegas for Keller Williams Family Reunion, which is almost a week-long conference. About 15 to 16,000 agents are here, and some of the best minds in the business. And so this is one of the things that I do. I come here to learn and to sharpen my skills and to bump elbows with some of the top agents in the industry and to be up to date on what's going on in the market. I also, back home, I'm always sharpening my tools. I have a coach, that I work with, and I read, listen to podcasts. So I'm always trying to keep my skills sharp to make sure I understand the current market conditions and what's going on in the industry so that I can give current advice to my clients.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It sounds like you're always learning. You're always learning, whether it's real estate and maybe even self. Learning about yourself, learning about other people.
Yeah, and real estate's like any other entrepreneurial business. Anybody who has ever done anything entrepreneurial, if you've ever run your own business, I don't care if it's a hair salon or a car dealership, it doesn't matter what you're selling or what you're doing. If you're an entrepreneur, mindset is everything. Yes. You've got to be on top because it's a grind. It's hard. There are going to be many days where you're going to feel down. Nobody's going to tell you to get up and go to work. Exactly. So you got to have that self-motivation. You got to keep your mindset in a great place. And of course, the industry and real estate, especially, changes so fast. Yes. We literally get new contracts in Northern Virginia every 6 months. And so we have to stay on top of all of those changes and legal issues and stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening in the industry right now, and we have to stay on top of everything and stay current.
Yep, so true.
Yeah.
So true. Now, if you want to kind of talk about financially, how do you invest? Do you invest in real estate, stocks, or anything like that?
Both, yeah. But primarily real estate. It's what I do, so I do have rental properties, and I intend to keep building that portfolio. But I also have retirement, a 401k, a self-directed 401k where I invest in mutual funds and stuff. But to me, there is no better investment than real estate. 80% of millionaires, multimillionaires, they made their wealth through real estate.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. And I always kind of talk about, there are two types of people, the people who wait to buy real estate, and then the other side is the people who bought real estate and waited. So, and you can imagine, who the people who are doing well in life are too. So if you want to kind of talk about, if you want to share with us, what has been your best month in real estate?
Well, if we're talking financially, I had a month, I think it was 2022, late 2022, it was October. I think I had 4 closings, and it was about $6 million in volume, and so that was a pretty good month.
Yeah.
You know, but those don't happen all the time.
Yeah.
It just so happened to that. It was a good year. 2022 was a good year in real estate. Yeah.
And to kind of clarify, $6 million volume, you got a percentage of that, so that wasn't the closed sales. It was
No, I did not make $6 million. I wish. No, but I made, I made probably $75,000, $80,000 that month, something like that. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's really cool. And the kind of, another question behind that is, did your lifestyle change behind that? Obviously, the average person getting $70,000, $80,000, something drastically changed, or was it just business as usual? Was it, hey, I gotta, grind hard to get this again? What was the kind of mindset behind that?
No, it was business as usual. I've never been one of those people who gets a paycheck and just burns through it right away. Because I've been in real estate long enough to know that there can be some dry spells.
Yes.
And they can last a long time.
Yes.
And you just never know when that's going to come. And so I don't see the appeal in splurging on things. I buy what I need. I spend money where I want. Like I have a decent lifestyle.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah. I didn't go out and buy a new car or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
Nice. So the question behind that is, what has been the longest you've ever gone without receiving a commission?
Yeah. Well, I've gone over a year without a commission. When I first started in the business, I literally got my license in April of 2004, and I had a closing in, I believe, in May of 2004, and it was a $20,000 check.
Wow.
So it was like right off the bat, and I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I don't think I got another one for like a year and a half.
Wow.
So that was like early on. I didn't know how to hunt.
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't even know how to write a contract. To be honest with you, my broker had to do all the work. Like I had no idea what I was doing. Yet that experience was very educational for me, and I realized very early on, like, just because you get a really good month, like that money goes fast, and people don't also realize, like, when you see those commission numbers, we have to pay self-employment tax, and so that's like another 15% on top of your income tax that you're paying, and we have state tax in Virginia, so a lot of that money is not staying in your account. At the end of the year, you're going to have to pay. And if you're not paying it quarterly, you're going to pay fees and interest and stuff on that too. I learned that lesson also the hard way.
Yeah.
And I've had to write big checks to the IRS, bigger than I ever thought I would ever have to write.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not making as much as I think I am. It looks like a lot, but the IRS takes a good chunk of that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome too, and it's such just a powerful story for the simple fact of literally you started off. Obviously, you had that one big check, right? Yeah. And then you went 45 days without one, and then fast forward, many years later, but you had that $70,000, $80,000 month. So it just shows just perseverance, right? Because I'm sure there were days where you're just like, absolutely. I don't know, it's just for me, right?
Yeah, many days. More of those days probably than the days where you feel like a superhero, and that's okay. You have to be okay with that in this business or any entrepreneurial business. I'm sure, it's no different if you're a mortgage lender. You can have a similar type of experience. Yeah. I think that the important thing is what your habits are, your daily habits are. That's the key to everything. As long as you stay on course, you've got, so if you're getting into real estate, you really need to learn those habits early on. Yeah. Mentorship is the most important thing you can do. For me, my biggest regret, if you were to ask me that question early on, is I went to a discount brokerage where I got to keep a larger percentage of my commissions, but I got no mentorship. Yeah. And I turned down a job offer at another brokerage that was going to take a larger chunk of my commissions, but was going to offer me mentorship. Yeah. Had I been thinking long term, I would have, but I was like 24 years old and I was a knucklehead, and I also wasn't really thinking I was going to do it full time anyway. Yeah. Okay. So.
Nice, yeah. Similar story too. Went to chased the big number, split. Wrote my first contract. Nobody helped me. Needless to say, I wrote it wrong. Possibly could have went to jail after I wrote the contract. Yeah. But I switched, and went to a brokerage where, education is just so important. And again, 100% of nothing is still nothing, right? So, you can be huge commission, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have the training, right? It's just, you're never going to be able to close anything anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I went to Keller Williams. The reason why I chose KW was because of their training. They were known as having the best training in the industry, and I knew coming from where I was coming from, if I was going to go full time, I was like, I need to go somewhere where I'm going to get some training.
Yeah.
And I learned more in the first 6 months at KW than I did in 8 years at the other brokerage I was at.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that brokerage. It's just that was not their model.
Correct.
That was, that's where you go when you're already experienced and you just want to slow down or whatever. But I truly believe, and I was just listening to a speaker today that said that your business grows to the extent that your personal life grows. So you have to invest in yourself, and then your business will grow as a result. But you can't, if you don't grow personally, your business won't grow.
I like that. Sounds like some sort of, I don't know if it is, but it sounds like a bold law, so that's...
Yeah, I think it might be.
I'm sure it is, because it sounds just like a bold law.
I think it is. So.
If you had to give advice to someone looking to get into real estate, whether it's from an agent's perspective or they want to start investing in real estate, what advice would you give that person?
Get a mentor. You don't know what you're doing. No matter how many HGTV shows you've watched, or how many times your cousin has told you their stories about what they've done in real estate. Like you need a mentor. Yeah. And here's the thing. Bad habits are really hard to break.
True.
And if you start off the wrong way, it takes you twice as long to undo that and then learn the good habits that are going to lead to success. So without a doubt, if you're going to get into real estate, number one, get a good mentor, a coach. Go learn from somebody who has already done this and has done it at a high level.
Yeah.
And watch what they do. Success leaves clues. That's another bold law. If you watch people who are successful, they're leaving clues as to how they got there, how they became successful.
Exactly.
Right? So, that's my number one piece of advice. And after that, grind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just work hard. Don't give up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a success story right here. Again, I practice what I preach, and it sounds like obviously you do as well too. So, last thing, if you wanted to kind of, let everybody know if they want to follow you, or if you want to, shout out your business or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram. My IG is the Nagy Group. That's NAJI, the Nagy Group. I'm based out of Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. So anybody that's looking to buy or sell there, hit me up. If you're a realtor watching and you're looking for a referral partner, let me know.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here with
Chris Mascarino.
All right, Chris. What do you do for a living?
I'm a real estate agent.
Nice. I like that. All right, so Chris.
I serve people. That's what I do.
I like it. All right, Chris. So, how long have you been a real estate agent?
Just at 7 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess what is the most exciting part about being a real estate agent for you?
Honestly, just helping people.
Yeah.
Everybody, from consumers to people on our team and everything in between that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What made you get into real estate?
My wife and I went through a very hard financial time.
Okay.
And we were in a lot of debt, both unemployed. That's a whole nother story that we'll get into another day. And I saw an opportunity in real estate, and I always wanted to get into it, so I took the plunge, found the right person to partner with or join their team, and went for it.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I love that. Everybody, it's cool because everybody has such a unique story on how they got into real estate and different things like that.
Yeah.
Usually it's never like, hey, I went to college, to be a real estate agent.
And
so.
there are some that do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my story.
I like it. Do you currently invest in yourself? And if so, how do you currently invest in yourself?
Every single day, invest in myself.
Nice. What are some things that you do to invest in yourself?
So I have a coach. I have a couple coaches, actually. Business coaches, financial coaches. I read as much as I can, do as much research as I can. I'm always constantly learning.
Nice.
And I think you have to if you want to continue to grow.
Nice. And I love the aspect of again, investing in coaches, right? So obviously that's, money out of your pocket, but when you invest in yourself, the returns are, unlimited.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that.
There's people that we were just with that are investing over $500,000 a year into themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. Not there yet.
Yeah.
And we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. People forget, like, obviously Tiger Woods at one point was the best golfer in the world, and he still had a coach, right? And the top, realtors in the country all have coaches, right? So I think sometimes people think, LeBron, right? Like he just wakes up. No, he obviously goes to practice, different things like that. So
You need accountability, right?
100%.
Not many people can hold themselves accountable because we're going to be the easiest on ourselves, right? So
true.
you need that coach.
Very, very true. Very, very true. I always kind of use that analogy with like working out, right? Yeah. So, working out at the gym, that's the easy part. It's mentally getting your body there to walk through the doors. Because once you walk through the doors, you essentially did your workout.
That's right.
So I talk about that a lot. All right. So are there some things that you invest in financially, whether it's stocks or real estate or anything like that? If you want to, and if you do, you want to talk about those?
Yeah, all of it. I mean, we invest in stocks. We invest in real estate. We have rental properties. We're doing flips, that kind of thing. So we've had multifamily. We sold multifamily. And yeah, we are on an investment journey, my wife and I, right now. So
nice.
Always going to be looking at investment opportunities for real estate and growing that portfolio.
Nice. Do you have an end goal of like where you would, like, once we hit this, we're going to slow down or stop or anything like that with real estate investing?
Doors, not really. The number would be $1 million annually in passive income.
Wow.
So
That's impressive. So if you want to kind of explain what that looks like, maybe from a doors perspective, what I mean by doors, it's like per unit, so one apartment would be one unit. So if you want to kind of explain maybe what that looks like.
So the goal is to my goal is to net a minimum of $500 a door. So I don't know the number of doors that would take to get to $1 million off the top of my head. I know it's written down somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I think it's in the 250 to 350 range, somewhere in there. But yeah. I could be off there.
Yeah, so. I mean, regardless, so owning and managing 350 to 250 doors is impressive. So I wish you the best of luck with that. All right, if you'd like to share, what has been your best month commission-wise in real estate?
Best month commission-wise, Laura, what was it? It was 110,000 or something like that. Do you remember what it was or no?
Wow.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Either way, six figures. That's very impressive. And I guess so obviously that money coming into your account, does that change your lifestyle financially, or is it kind of just business as usual? After that money hits your account.
Yeah, I would say it's business as usual. You got to be careful because that's 1 month. You never know what the next month's going to look like. I've done that twice, so not every month looks like that.
Correct. Yeah.
And yet we're still very successful with the team. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's kudos to you. My lifestyle would change if $100,000 came to my account in a month. So, and if you would like to share, what has been the longest you've ever gone without receiving a commission?
30 days, probably.
Okay.
I think, yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. And
I would take that. I mean, when I first started, it was probably a couple months, but after that, probably 30, 40 days.
Okay. So did your lifestyle change at all with that? Obviously being 30 to 40 days without seeing a commission.
Well, you gotta budget accordingly, right?
I mean, did your budget
in the beginning when we were in that debt and I was getting into this? Yeah, I mean, we weren't changing lifestyles at all.
Yeah.
Even now, I mean, you can't get, like, if you make a lot and then you don't, you can't really divert the lifestyle that much. You got to stay consistent with it.
Exactly.
So,
what would be your best advice for someone looking to get into real estate, whether that's real estate investing, whether that's being a realtor? What would be your best advice for that person who's watching?
Find somebody that's in alignment with your goals and continue to invest in yourself.
I love that.
What?
And that's so true, as far as, finding like-minded people, again, I'm going to say that, finding like-minded people who, are either doing better than you or just want to see you do better, because like you said, getting complacent and holding yourself accountable, it's tough to do, right? I mean, every single day, it's hard to wake up and just, want to kill every single day because sometimes I just don't want to get out of bed. But if you have somebody who holds you accountable, doing better than you, it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.